So one of the problems that I have is I like to keep flashlights right by the door, but they always get bumped, kicked over, knocked down, and I need to figure out a way that I can put those on the wall. Still easy to grab when I'm at the door, but not just laying around on the floor. So that is my project for tonight. It should be a quick, easy project. I have an idea what I'm going to make, or how I'm going to make it already. I just have to go find the material. And since I was here, this is a little art sculpture that I made for Kara. I believe it was for her birthday. Bed frame. It's all bed frame and a fire extinguisher. The bed frame I picked up at a garage sale. They were giving it away. And it was bent, so it wasn't usable for anything. I took it because I could use the angle iron for with my welder and stuff. But yeah, everything here, I took a couple chunks of metal off of the bed frame and heated them up and bent them over for the ears. This is just a little likeness of a dog standing up begging, kind of like what Huxley does when we have food. And don't look at the welds there. They're not the best. I'm not the best welder for sure. And then the tail is a piece. Yeah, so that is a piece of a spring, like the spring on the front of a car. I can't remember. I can't think of the name of it. But that's a piece of a spring that I heated up, straightened out. I just let it sit in the fire, straightened it out enough to be a tail, and I welded it on. But yeah, bed frame, little piece of a spring, and a fire extinguisher. That was a fun project to make. I really enjoyed making it, and Kara loves it. So it just kind of hangs around. It keeps getting moved around in the house. Wherever there's a clear spot to have it, that's where he ends up. He's always moved around just like a normal dog would be. Never stays in one spot. Just really fun. I don't know. I was just looking through stuff and I saw those two rivets. And I said, man, that looks a lot like a dog's face. And bam. That's how I came up with the idea of what she was going to get for her birthday. Alright, well, let's get on to this project that we got going. So this is the biggest of the flashlights that I have that I want to find a home for. Just an easier, better spot. I don't want to just build a shelf because they just always get knocked down and that's how they get broke. I want something that I can slide this into like a holster for my flashlight. And I have the perfect items. I just have to find one the right size. So we'll come over to my graveyard of things. Electric motor. This is the same type of spring. It's way bigger. But what I used for the little dog's tail. This is way bigger. That's for that came off of a truck. Where'd it go? Yeah, that came off of a truck. But that's the same thing, same idea. Some really nice big leaf springs. I save all that kind of stuff. I really want to get back into blacksmithing a little bit. Alright, get in here. This is what I'm looking for. My pile of fire extinguishers. I have every type that you could think of. Let's see, I'll bet that one right there would let that flashlight in. It's probably all rusted on the inside because it's got the top missing. I prefer not to have rusted. That is a little bit smaller. That one's not going to let the work. There's another smaller one. That's what I made my, right there is what I made my found coin out of. What I put all my found coins in. This is the kind of stuff I really like doing. It kinda brings a little bit of happiness to my life. There's another one. Wet on the inside also because it's tipped up. I can deal with that. I can make those work if I have to. I prefer not to. That's going to be a little bit too small. I prefer just to have a quick easy, not have to clean it out. But unless I decide to dig forever and a day, rattling around. A lot of these are aluminum, and the reason I grabbed them, like that's aluminum, that's aluminum, that's aluminum, and the reason I grabbed them is they were empty, and I could recycle them, make a couple dollars if I ever needed to. Well, I think I'm going to end up using, this one was dry on the inside, so this is the one I'm going to end up using. And stick it in a vise, cut the end of it off maybe about 3/4 of the way. I'll leave that for any type of a drain. I'll run a wire wheel over it to clean it down to the metal, and it'll look nice and shiny. And once I get the top cut off and clean up the cut so that it's not sharp, then I'll be able to look inside and see how bad the inside is. Because I don't want to go too big. Like this one would be too big, you know, the flashlight's just going to rattle around in there. I want it to just kind of like, I want it to fit kind of like a glove and just slide in there. So you can see right here, it'll fit right into that one. So this is the one I'm going to use. Then I'll clean that one up for the smaller flashlight, and I'll just throw that one back in the pile. Just to show, I will be wearing a face shield. I don't like just wearing glasses. I have had a piece of metal in my eye before, and it hurts. So I do this now anymore. I won't even mess around with glasses. They don't, unless you have goggles that suck right up to your face. When I'm cutting metal, I use the face shield, and I'll have a pair of welding gloves on while I'm cutting. Safety first, people. Safety first. You only get 2 eyes. So there I got it all cleaned up. You know, I got the top cut off of it, cleaned up. I used just a regular grinder. I like the patina on there with a little bit of red paint still left on there. I just used a little 4.5 inch angle grinder. With the first thing I used is just a cut-off blade, and then I used wire wheel to zip all the paint off, and then I used a actual grinding wheel on there to smooth this out. Oop, can't even see where my finger is. Smooth this out and get rid of all of the sharp edges. And then I just use a regular hand file to just clean everything up. I just went around, just go around the whole thing. Just make sure there's no burrs, no sharp spots to cut myself on. It's all nice and round and smooth now. Not going to cut myself, not catching anything on this cloth glove, so it's perfect. I'm going to drill a hole here. I haven't decided, 2 holes really close together, and use that to hold it on the wall, or drill 1 hole here and down here, drill another hole, a big hole here and a small hole on the other side, right straight across, so I can get a screw through there. I want it to hang on the wall at a little bit of an angle. And so I'm not quite sure. Once I start drilling, I'll probably do both. I'll probably just drill 2 holes and then drill a hole here and then drill a smaller hole on the other side, and we'll see how it works. So this is the kind of stuff I get up to when they leave me home alone. I make crazy things. I really wish I had a shop that was a proper shop to work in, so because it's getting dark. I was just working outside the door up there, because that building it has electricity on the outside, but it's not wired on the inside. I have to get a panel, and it's just more money I have to spend. And right now I just don't want to spend it on that. I'd really love to have it done, but I have other priorities right now. It'll happen eventually, all in good time. I just make do with what I have. But yeah, I got it all cleaned up and ready to go. I'm gonna get it installed. I'll take a picture, or maybe I'll just show you really quick. So there you go. It's mounted on the wall. Right next to the door. You can easily grab it. Usually going to grab it with this hand, pull it out, and use it. Slides right in. It's all mounted up on there, nice and firm, solid, good to go. Right close to the door. So that's what happens when they leave me home alone. I'm all by myself tonight. I didn't want to do anything inside the cabin. It was a nice evening. I did not get my lumber stack moved yet. I should have probably worked on that tonight, but nah, I just didn't feel like it. I wanted to play. I wanted to get the flashlights up off the floor. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You know, even though there's things that need to get done, sometimes you just got to take a day for yourself and just have some fun. In my case, it was a couple hours after work. I just decided to have some fun. It's getting dark outside. I still have to get the puppies out for a few minutes. Let them do their business. Get some dinner in my belly, and get ready for work tomorrow. So that is just another way to use up stuff that I find. I'm always finding and collecting stuff. Anybody who really knows me, they know I've done that my whole life. I've always stockpiled, picked up anything and everything, especially if it's metal, and saved it, threw it off in the side. A pack rat maybe just a little bit, yeah, maybe. I don't mind it though, because I can do stuff like this. I can have fun in an evening, just go and grab a couple chunks of metal that I've collected and play around with them, get something made out of them. So I don't mind. It's a good thing. I have 5 acres that I can fill up with metal if I really, really want to, and nobody can tell me I can't. Just try. See how that goes. Kara tries, and you ask her. It doesn't go so well sometimes. It's all in fun. Thank you for watching Not So Remote Alaska. I hope each and every one of you have a great week. And may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out. God bless.